Good morning, friends. Today's the 27th of October, 2025. And I want to talk to you a little bit about putting the Porsche 928 body back onto its respective chassis, utilizing the chassis dolly which I made, which I copied and emulated from, freely I admit this, from Porsche in their 1985 or 84 videos that they made in the factory in Zuffenhausen of Porsche building these cars, the 928, that big yellow dolly. The big yellow dolly which holds the engine, torque tube, transaxle, and the rear suspension components as one assembly. I knew years ago that that would be the way to do what I set out to do on my S4. Now, I undertook all my S4 operations years ago with a single purpose in mind, only to do it for myself. Self-edification, self-satisfaction of working on this car, with really not an objective to have it necessarily running. I wasn't quite sure which direction I was going to go. I knew I just wanted to learn about it. It didn't cost me anything. I took time and I studied the videos of the yellow dolly. You know, did common sense stuff like, okay, the average German technician then was probably 5'8", 5'9". He's sitting down. How tall is the body? How high does my lift go up? Will it clear the motor? How tall is the motor? How tall will the motor be when it's on the dolly, the perspective dolly which I was drawing out? So all those factors went into play, and it came out successful in the dolly, and I've done several body off restorations thus far as of today's date. And so these 928s just over the years have started falling into my lap. They're out there, and they are relatively inexpensive for the community to purchase, because you got to remember the target audience for the Porsche 928 was right here in the United States of America. The Germans, they built that thing for us, basically, and the rest of the world. Most of them did come here. So I'm looking at several of them here myself, and I can't turn the camera around while the thing is filming, so I will do that now. And I'm going to talk about a few things, the business end of things, how it affects me, how it affects the cars, and how it can affect you, the owner of these cars, and what I do here in-house, my respective wheelhouse for you, to to provide a service for the community, the greater community at large. Some of the successes and some of the pitfalls of doing such. So I'll turn the camera around now. Okay, so I am back. You're looking at an 86 928S. This one belongs to Steve. We did the body off on this. He didn't really want to do that this way, but I told him it's going to be much easier in the long run. It's going to take more time up front, but he finally agreed to do it. And I think he's happy with such, because he can actually say now that he did the work. He put this motor, transmission, driveline, all in himself. He did it all, 100%. Now, I wanted to have videos of that. I really did. I wanted to have videos of that operation going on, but I wasn't here. I had to tend to blasting business, situations like that last week, and I wasn't able to be here, but he did it himself. He put the whole thing together, which I'm very impressed. But it was very easy to do because I built this thing. That made it so much easier. So you have an engine, torque tube, and transmission all easily, I'm trying to get under here to show it, all nicely put in as one unit. And once it's in, you button up, you bolt up, and you tie up, and you wire up, and you fix up everything underneath it. But I was just reading today on a Facebook page, some guy removed this whole assembly right there, and it took him about 5 hours to do. So, yeah, you spend your time, spend your money if you want to do it that way. And I said, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to get ahead of the whole game. Built that big yellow dolly. He put this whole car together in about 3 hours. That was his first time doing it. So if you do the work up front, it's going to pay off in the long term at the end. Now, granted, there's no timeline to get these things done. This is all work that has unknowns and situations that you don't know what you're going to get into. You can try to plan. You can try to mitigate any problems or any situations that might arise, but you can't plan them all. You can't see them all. So you have to just try to ride it out and do your best. And so that is what we have done here and are doing. Now, there are a few corners being cut on this car because he doesn't want to take any time to do it. Like, for example, that brake line, my own personal car or a customer's car, that won't go in dirty. I'll put it in nice and clean, but he wants it together. So we're going to put it together, and I want to get it off the lift and get it out of here. So we'll do it. So there are a couple corners being cut, not many. No corners are cut that are going to infringe upon safety or reliability, but it's just the way it goes. I want to get this thing done, get it out of here. But let's talk about the business end of this business. There's not many 928s on the road anymore. There's not many people that can work on them that you can rely on. And I promise you, if there are people out there doing this kind of work, they are jammed up. They are busy. They have a lot of work. So if you're a customer of mine, I will never give you a hard date when these things will be done. I can't do it because I rely on other people to help me get this stuff done. We all do. That's how it works. So if you made a promise to somebody that these cam covers will be back, and you know damn well I got to drive 6 hours to get them to you, and you bitch about it, you're a no-go at that station, okay? And I'll tell you this to your face. I'll tell it right now. You're a no-go at this station, so you got to tell people, and I'm just trying to make people aware. I work as fast as I can for you to get this stuff done. I don't cut any corners. When you get it in your hands, it's going to be perfect. 98% perfect. There might be a couple blams, there might be a couple flaws, but it's not going to be seen. And if it is seen, I always leave myself an open door. The magnesium is dirty. The magnesium can and will pop. It does pop out, leaves a little zit. If it's underneath it, it's never seen. That's perfect. But if it's on top, it is what it is. So just got to know that I do work as fast as I can, but there's a lot of things I just can't do in a timely manner. You people out there that are relying on this stuff coming back, be patient, be considerate, and be grateful. Be grateful that there's somebody out there that cares for your car to do this kind of work that's long, tedious, and be very detail oriented at a very good price. Okay, very, very reasonable price. So, rant over, time to get to work. Peace out. See ya.